Ki Khubor Ka Bate Se TV. Lawan Rashapi Taka Frank Yamaha. Visit Yamaha showroom for big discount and very low down payments only this August. Don't miss out. Contact 96129 51198 or 96129 51298.
St. Dominic College, Kumshibintaban Pinsungtu Padba, Glapenlong Awareness Program, Halokapang Gender Equality, Nikajingaringkat Clemenyo Shiliang Yushin Rang Bakikintay, Yakabar Penlong the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Harinkat Trailang, Bagamighalia Human Rights Commission. Hagagasi Director General of Police Kong Ai Nongrang, Klawan Barshim Yakabinta Kumakongsan, Hagajinal Lang Ringkat Dr. Rika Lamar, Kabiriga co-founder and secretary Kamanha Foundation Lorkiwepan. Kakong ay nong rang habkarang kukongsan glapen pao bakat kum gajing tip balayo lum gajing syak thombor ikin the gajur bha bagani gadi kamat ke basngo khia bha wada preng gajing pinsngo thopai ba lima ke awareness program.
What is actually the definition of human rights? The rights relating to life, liberty, equality, and dignity of the individuals, guaranteed by the Constitution or embodied in the international covenants and enforceable by courts of India. What are the categories of human rights? One, we have civil rights, the rights to be treated as an equal to anyone else in society. Political, the rights to vote, to freedom of speech and to obtain information. Economic rights, the rights to participate in an economy that benefits all. Social rights, rights to education, healthcare, food, clothing, shelter, and social security. Cultural rights, the rights to freedom of religion and to speak one's language and to practice the culture and of one's choice. Some of the civil rights are the right to life, belief in one's own religion, right to one's opinion, right to free to speech, non-discrimination on ground of sex, right to marriage. Some of the political rights are vote in election, freely form to join political parties, stand for public office, freely disagree with views and policies of political leaders. Some of the economic rights are work without exploitation, right to fair wage, safe working condition, form trade unions, protection against labor malpractices. Social rights, housing like PMAY, education as SSA, healthcare services like MHIS, recreational services, clean environment, and social security. Cultural rights are the rights to use one's language, develop cultural heritage and traditions. What is actually the function of the Meghalaya Human Rights Commission? We inquire into a sumoto or on a petition presented to it by a victim or any person on his behalf or on a direction or order of any courts into a complaint of violation of human rights or abetment thereof, negligence in the prevention of such violation by a public servant. To spread the literacy among the various sections of society and promote awareness of the safeguards available for the protection of these rights through publications, the media, seminars, and other means. Therefore, we normally target the students who are the good listeners and also who can take forward the message which is coming up from this forum. We also encourage the non-governmental organization or the NGOs and other institutions to work together in the field of human rights.
Gender equality means that the different behavior, aspirations, and needs of women and men are considered, valued, and favored equally. It does not mean that women and men to have or to become the same, but that their rights, responsibilities, and opportunities will not depend on whether they are born male or female. At our institution, we are committed to creating an environment where every student, faculty member, and staff can thrive regardless of their gender. But commitment alone is not enough. It requires active efforts and continuous reflection. Although a lot is being discussed every day about gender equality in academic settings and beyond, stereotypes and biases can affect the opportunities available to individuals. There is a disparity in representation, pay gaps, and sometimes even in the very expectation placed upon students and staff based on their gender. As a college, we have a responsibility to actively promote gender equality. This involves not only addressing and challenging any discriminatory practices or attitudes, but also fostering an environment that encourages and supports everyone equally. This can include education on gender issues by encouraging upon open dialogues, conducting workshops like the one we are doing having right now, seminars and discussions that will help in recognizing and dismantling biases. Our policies must also be reflected in our commitment to equality. We must ensure that all voices are heard and represented.
Again and again, we have taken various steps, what we call as affirmative actions, to see that gender equality is a reality. But when we look at the state of the country today, discrimination against women in particular in the country has not really changed very much. Unfortunately, this, when juxtaposed with the growing economic power that India has become, provides a very contrasting picture. We look at India's progress towards gender equality, and that aspect is very disappointing. We talk about gender equality and the fact that Meghalaya, despite being a matrilineal society, does not really enjoy gender equality. Why is this so? We have certain advantages, but we have not been able to maximize those advantages or take it to the last mile. We talked about the fact that women in Meghalaya have rights which the rest of a large section of the women in the other parts of the country do not. But has this really translated in gender equality? When I look at the data which comes into my office on a very regular basis, crime against women is something that is of very great concern. Despite all the efforts, despite all the awareness programs, despite all the affirmative actions that we have taken, we have not yet been able to bring down in any way crime against women. On the flip side, it might be because of the greater awareness that there is greater reporting. And of course, because of the greater reporting, there would be a rise in the number of crimes. But when you look at the kind of crimes that are committed, both against women and children, but especially against women, we feel that it is somewhat a battle that we maybe have to have a real look at the strategies we've adopted. We do not see any decreasing trend in crime against women, whether it is in the rural areas or in the urban areas. The reporting of crime against women in the rural areas has grown by leaps and bounds. It was much more in the urban areas, but surprisingly for us, the reporting of crime against women, both in the rural and the urban areas, has more or less come equal. Now that is one kind of equality we don't want. When we talk of gender equality, I have a little bit of a difference in the fact that you talk of gender, we are different genders. Whether you talk of the male, whether you talk of the female, we talk of the others that have come into that we acknowledge now. We are different. But gender equality does not mean that we are equal in all ways. We're talking about gender equality within the prism of equality of opportunities for each gender. There is no way we can have equality of opportunities if we do not have equality of access to those opportunities. If we do not have equality to access to all the resources that make opportunities available to us, whether it is health, whether it is nutrition, we need to have equal opportunities. And it is not only at the gender level that we have to have equality. But that is a larger picture. We talk of gender, the main focus today is gender equality. In different parts of India, we have what is called the preference for sons. I'm happy to see that the data that has been coming in, especially in the last 10 years, has shown that the awareness on that aspect and the fact that there is no greater privilege or greater opportunity if you have a preference for sons does not really reflect how you grow or what the opportunities that come to you. But when we talk of affirmative actions, I'm happy to see that the 1/3 representation which is mandated now in various public, especially for public representatives, has had an impact. Initially, of course, the whatever representatives that came out from the women, especially at the village levels, the panchayat levels, was largely somebody standing in for another male person. But over the years, what we've seen is that mandated 1/3 representation has helped to break down a lot of the norms, the mores and the norms that was accepted. And more and more women are coming forward by themselves, not as a stand-in for some other male representative or a male colleague or a male relative, but as women of their own. Another policy change which has helped a lot in bringing about gender equality in different other parts of the country is equalizing the land inheritance rights. While that is not an issue here in Meghalaya, the fact that we tend often to gloss over is while the women here in Meghalaya have inheritance rights, we do not have total control of how we dispose of our property. But with the equalizing of inheritance rights all over the country, this has had a positive impact on the gender equality. So maybe when we look at all the awareness programs that we have, isn't it time that we also did an assessment of what the affirmative actions, what works and what doesn't work? Because more and more, we need to be able to have an audit of what we have done and whether those steps that we've taken to achieve a certain goal, whether that has been positive, whether the response has instead been detrimental to the goal that we hope to achieve. But we seem to forget that unless we ourselves consider in our minds that all men, all women are equal, we will not get anywhere with gender equality. Unless we talk and walk the talk and actually put into practice all that we talk about, we are not going to get anywhere with gender equality. But getting to that parity, how do we go about it? I hope that the speakers today, and I'm eagerly waiting to hear what their suggestions are in our efforts to get that parity and that gender equality. For India to maintain its position as a global leader and to grow in prosperity and other parameters, we have to ensure that gender equality is also one of the foremost goals we have in mind.